Cancer, welcome to my reading. This is going to be your July 2025 reading for Sun and Rising. We're going to start off with a theme for the month, and then we're going to look at what's working for you, potential challenge, likely outcome, and a message from Spirit. So we're using the Moonology deck to see what theme you're exploring in July. Cancer, Cancer. Ooh. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. So this is a rare energy of the blue moon, and it's basically encouraging you to focus and believe in magic, basically, right? If something seems impossible, that's exactly the direction you need to go in. So it's really about this month pushing beyond the limitations of what we think can occur. Maybe you already have this idea brewing, but you think, oh goodness, I'll never be able to get that done. Well, Spirit is saying, believe in the impossible. If you believe it into action, if you believe it and feel it, you can manifest it, right? So be as bold and brave as you can this month. I'm using my deck here, the Telepathic Tarot, for your Cross of Truth. Okay, I'm going to lay the cards all out and clarify before I show you them all. Okay. Current energy, Two of Wands, desire, death, what's working in your favor, Queen of Swords. Challenge is the Six of Swords. Outcome is strength. Yeah, this is the bravery that I was talking about. Okay, let's just quickly clarify. I'm going to clarify with the mini Rider-Waite. You definitely crave peacefulness and a peace this month. Let's see how this all comes out. And the Two of Wands, we've got the Empress. Death, we've got the Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Six of Swords, we've got the Star. Strength, we have the Ten of Swords. All right. So you start off the month with the Two of Swords energy and the Empress. So you start the month off pretty strong. You see the Two of Wands is looking out into the horizon, and he sees two ships available to him, and almost is like, well, which ship do I jump on? But he's in that waiting phase. He's like, if the ships don't come to shore, then swim out to the ships, okay? You've got two wands firmly in the ground. That represents kind of work, your attitude, your motivation, your solar plexus energy. But it's clarified by the Empress. So it's basically saying you start the month off in a very strong position. You start the month off kind of believing in the impossible and kind of looking at the potential, kind of going, well, I'm here now. And I see that I could put my energies in this area or multitude of areas. And it's kind of looking at the canvas, the clean canvas, and kind of going, okay, which way should I go? The Empress energy basically says this is because you're working from the heart, unconditional love, knowing that abundance can be yours, and that really your life and your reality is how you shape it and how you create it. But your desire ultimately is change. You want a brand new beginning. We got death clarified by the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, you're wanting a new relationship in your life, because the Ace of Cups can typically talk about new love that's coming on in. But ultimately, Ace of Cups really represents the emotional body, right? Where you feel like you've got all this love that you're overfilling, and that you can create more and more and more out of it, which is typical energy of the Empress, right? She moves with the unconditional love of the heart. It is abundant, it's self-perpetuating, and there's more and more and more and more and more. You're wanting that change. You're wanting that cycle, that new cycle. Now, when we go through the death energy, which is basically a death of one season, moving in before you get into another season, the death energy is all about transformation, and it tends to be that transitional space, which is very kind of wishy-washy. It's very malleable. It's a very kind of the putty that you're starting to kind of clay and create and carve out this new reality that you're moving into. So you're working with really positive energies. You're working with very strong major arcana energies, which is available to you, right? That is your motivation, which is awesome, okay? Now, what's working in your favor this month is a Queen of Swords clarified by the Two of Pentacles. You've still got a lot of closure to make. You've still got a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot and bits and bobs to sort out in this transitional malleable phase, in the carving out stages. Okay, sometimes when we carve something out, we do the nose a little bit wrong. We have to got to get some more putty and reshape that nose and carve it again, right, to see your reality coming through as that kind of malleable state. Okay, but what's really sorting you out, what's really kind of serving you this month, is a Queen of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. So you are not afraid this month to speak your truth, okay? You are saying it how it is, and you are kind of following your own intuition, you're following your own internal guidance, and you're trusting in your self-empowerment. That's a perfect Queen of Swords energy, right? You're not needing to kind of appease anybody else, because you know that really doesn't work for you. We can never please them all. It's if we followed our lives that way, we would never please. We'd always be letting someone down, but ultimately we would always be letting ourselves down, right? So you are looking to really be honest with yourself and speak it, right, and express it. That's what the Queen of Swords does. Now, with the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles there, it's a bit of a juggling act. It's you've got a lot on at the moment. It may not be time to take on more things. So it could be that what's really serving you this month is the ability to say no. You know, so if someone's asking you for favors, asking you to work a little bit of overtime, doing this, that, and the next thing, and you're really kind of stumped for time because you're in the process of this transitional phase, and this magical energy that you're in as you carve out the next stage in your life requires your full commitment. So it's absolutely okay to say, I'd love to help, but I can't this month, right? I'm a little bit overstretched, all right? That's the thing that's really serving you, the ability to say, not this time, I'm so sorry, okay? The challenge here is the Six of Swords clarified by the Star, okay? So the challenge is that you want to be in the Six of Swords energy and the Star energy now, but you're not there yet. Six of Swords with the Star energy basically talks about moving on to calmer waters, being free from the burdens of the mind, and having the sense of inner peace, knowing that you're on the right direction. In so doing, you have the time and the space to do some healing and focus on creativity, focus on your wish fulfillment, which is the Star, and ultimate deep cleaning, maybe you're doing some deep cleaning, deep cleansing, okay? So the challenge is that the time isn't right? You're kind of jumping ahead. You're still in the transitional phase. You can only kind of move into that space when you've put your foot onto that new beginning, which you are calling in. You're summoning that energy in, right? You just can't heal it and process it and quickly be done with it and start at the beginning just yet. You're in that in-between phase, okay? So you may still have the residue of taxing thoughts, of other people's manipulations perhaps, or expectations of you, that is causing still a little bit of battle in the mind, right? Only a little bit. You may not have been able to leave a situation just yet because you're still kind of in the carving out stages, okay? Don't worry, it will come. It will come. It just, over July, focus on creating and speaking your truth, because you just have to play that out, right? So the outcome of the month is the ending, right? You wanted that death energy, you wanted that transformation to come in, which is basically just a big change. You want that season over with, right? Well, it is over by the end of the month, but it's going to be a little bit you need your strength for that, because we've got the Strength card and we've got the Ten of Swords, okay? So it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone even more. Now, you're already doing it with the Queen of Swords, so it's preparing those around you to get on board with the direction you're going in. But by the end of the month, you're going to have to really take it to the next level and really stand in your power, right? And know that what you are bringing to completion is really over and done with. Now, the Ten of Swords basically says that season has now completed. There's no going back on it. Now, it isn't the World card, right? So it isn't like an end of a huge cycle, but it's the end of something that you had maybe invested in before, and you know now that that's no longer worth your time. It's no longer worth your investment. And by standing in your power with the Strength card, by being brave and bold, right, and saying, okay, I kind of, it's a little bit difficult to say goodbye to the familiar world, but I know that I'm calling in this transformation and this unconditional love from the Ace of Cups, and that's what I want. In order for that to come in, I need to say goodbye to that because that really just isn't working. That way is not working. So by the end of the month, you really are stepping into your power, and it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but guess what? If it feels uncomfortable, usually it's because there's a small energy of fear there that we have to face. Well, Pisces, you're facing it, right? And by doing that, you're completing that carve, that structure, that sculpture that you are creating for the future. So it's a very positive reading for you, Pisces. I love it. We're going to get a oracle card for you. So what does Pisces need to know, please, for July, for their highest good? Oh my goodness. I've been saying Pisces, but this is a Cancer reading. Cancer reading for sure, because I've done Pisces, but it's Cancer. And I've been focusing, see, what I do with tarot as well is I think about friends that I have who are different star signs, and I kind of use a little bit of their energy as well to get the flavor, the flavor for that zodiac sign. And I was definitely referring to thinking of my friend who is absolutely a Cancer. So this is definitely a Cancer reading, even though I said the word Pisces, it's just because it's very hot at the moment, and I've just done Pisces. But rest assured, this is Cancer. We have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy, okay? So this is your little trick and tool that Spirit is suggesting to get you through the month of the shifts and changes of vibrations. You're calling in that transition. You're calling in that new beginning, right? You're playing with this energy of really kind of speaking your mind and being true to yourself authentically, right? You're really kind of struggling, you're wanting to engage in the healing and the closing off of a current chapter in your life, but you're not quite there yet, and by the end of the month you need to step in your power. So you're kind of working with a whole bunch of different energies at the moment, and sometimes a sort of a heavier energy may keep us a little bit stuck or in a little cycle. So Spirit here is giving a very practical tip here for you for the month of July, saying dance with life. Whatever you can do to shift your vibration when it starts to feel like it's sort of like spiraling into a rut, right? That's the thing that you're kind of reshaping and reprogramming the mind. So if it's anything from like you have a really bad day, right? And instead of, pouring that glass of wine at the end of the day and drinking and stewing, kind of going, oh, this is like a never-ending story, go out and treat yourself to ice cream, right? If you're feeling completely tired because you've been, you're juggling a lot and everything's kind of work, do, decide for yourself, okay, no, I'm going to stop for half an hour and I'm going to take a walk in nature because I know that that's going to shift my energy. These are the things these are the little tools that are going to help shift your energy so much to create that malleable space that you're in, to keep that momentum going of like limitlessness, of creation, of the impossible. That's how you kind of end up working with the multitude of vibrations around you rather than just streamlining onto one. If you open up more vibrations of energy for yourself and work with those, right, more ingredients essentially, then it opens the gateways up a little bit more to allow the universe to return what's for you with a wider spectrum of color. All right? So, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I really hope it helped. Fabulous month. Tricky by the end for sure. but really it's all it's doing is empowering yourself. So that's pretty awesome. I love it. So use the advice wisely. It will certainly help. And bravo. So I will see you next month. Have a beautiful time, and bye bye for now.